occasionally, women get emotional and they like to follow their emotions. And I understand your feelings are valid because they're your feelings. But we're going to get into a couple of people, a couple of women who let their emotions run wild and regret it now.
So if you haven't heard, I'm going through a divorce. And divorce is a lot like death. I've experienced a lot of that in my life. You have to grieve, and you have to get some grasp on understanding. And on Monday, we will have been married 14 years. We will have been together in April for over 20. And as weird as this may sound, it's almost like I'm grieving and mourning the brother-sister aspect of our relationship, or the friendship aspect, more than the romantic aspect. Because if you know anything about Disney movies, Ohana means family, and family's forever. Especially the family you pick. If I run out of gas on the side of the interstate and I call him, no matter how many times I call, no matter how sad I am, no matter how alone I am, he's not coming. And he's told me that, and he's shown me that. And I'm having the hardest time accepting that he's not my family anymore. Where am I going to be buried? Who's going to bury me? That's the hard part. The unconditional love wasn't unconditional. And he doesn't want to be my family. He doesn't care about me, no matter how mad he gets at me or aggravated like he used to, because it's not unconditional. That's the hardest part. Losing my family. Losing my friend. I don't need another slow kiss or a love song dedicated to me. I need someone to show up with a gas can when I run out of gas. I miss having a best friend.
This lady didn't want unconditional love, because if it was unconditional love, she would have stayed. She likes the idea that she had a honeydew. Honeydew this, honeydew that. But what happens when you divorce is that you lose all the protections from the man that you had. And I said this to my ex-wife. Do understand, when we're not together, you don't have the protections that I provide. So she went off and thought it was okay. And guess what? She got with a guy who then robbed her and moved down south. Not my problem. And I am not helping with it.
I know there's been plenty of people who have been through divorce, but I feel like my way of being able to give back is always trying to give some kind of advice for somebody going through stuff. And after being with somebody for 26 or 27 years, I can't. It's like my brain is not even on day 2 of being divorced, and I don't feel like I can make normal decisions. Strength is super important, and I have the best group of girlfriends and family, and it was my choice for all of the divorce to happen, so it feels like I should be happy about it, and I am, because I think it's peaceful, and happiness is what you instill in yourself and share with others, and you shouldn't have to be the one that's always happy for the other person. But one of my girlfriends said yesterday about how strong I was, and I basically was emotionless, and then today I'm full of emotion. So you're going to experience a lot of different things when you go through this. And even if it's your choice, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to wonder, because I feel like after spending so much time with somebody and creating such a life, if I didn't have some kind of emotion, I think that I would definitely be considered to have some emotional problems. And after going through a lot of different therapy and talking through this with a therapist and coming up with a plan of how to cope, some days you just let it out. And I think today is my day to just let it out. So if you're going through it, keep on going. You're going to have up, you're going to have down, you're going to have definitely super high days and super low days. You're going to have days where you know you made the right decision, and you're going to have days where you feel like you don't know what decision to even make. It was hard for me to even put clothes on this morning, which is very odd. I called my mom and just told her, Mama, I'm having a hard time being able just to put normal thoughts together. And it's not that I'm not sad over what my decision was. I'm just sad because I feel like it was just a tough decision to make, period. And I did it because I had to place myself as priority, and I'm proud of doing that. So again, just keep on going. You're gonna have a lot of different emotions, and it's okay.
So she says keep going while she's sitting there with tears in her eyes, while she's sitting there saying how much she regrets it, while she's sitting there giving you false hope. You can see in her face it wasn't a good idea. Stop. Sometimes it's better to work it out. Counseling, some things like that. But some people aren't willing to do that. The first thing they do is drop everything and leave. We are a society of quitters. You can't do it, it's too hard, quit. No, that's not the way a marriage is supposed to work.
I left my husband 5 months ago and I regret it. No, you're not supposed to say that. I know I'm supposed to be in my living my best life, hoe era, whatever, but like, no. These last 5 months have broken my spirit. They have been the hardest of my life. These last 5 months have required so much work, so much discipline to get back to myself. But it's supposed to suck. I talked to my friend last night about this on the phone, and he really put it in.
He really put it. I'm assuming this is a friend you had while you had a husband.
Perspective for me. Said the year you get a divorce was going to suck regardless. I question my decisions constantly.